When I ordered the A3, I received an email from Paxton Patey informing me that I could save shipping costs if I could pick up the Tug in Galveston. I picked up the A3 Tug from Scholes International Airport in Galveston, Texas. I did not realize it at the time, but I was met by Patey, CEO of Best Tugs, who instructed me on operating the A3 and helped me load the A3 into my truck.
So I finally opted to get a really good tug. If you look at my history, I started out with a lawnmower tug and I couldn't back the plane in. Then I did a do-it-yourself tug with a trailer tug and engineered it to work for an airplane, and I had trouble backing it in. With both tugs, it was very easy to pull the plane out, but very difficult to back it in. And with a lawnmower, it was essentially impossible. Now I've gone to a Best Tug. So this is a tug designed specifically for general aviation aircraft. There are different sizes for different airplanes. I got the A3. They call it the Alpha 3, but I noticed the name on here, A3. So it's the A3 Best Tugs tug, and it's got the configuration for a Cessna 172RG, which is what I have here, Cessna Cutlass. So I'm going to, I didn't do an unboxing because I had the good fortune, I live near Galveston, Texas, and they do these runs, cargo runs or whatever from Utah once a month or so. And rather than ship it to me for $500, they were willing to put it in their cargo run for free and let me go pick it up at the Scholes Airport in Galveston, which is what I did. So I picked it up yesterday, and today's my first chance to get to use it. So I went through all the videos, and by the way, Patey was the fellow who gave me the tug, and turns out he's one of the big shots at Best Tugs, so I really appreciate him educating me on how to use the tug. So the first thing is, I've got the power off. I'm going to he recommends you turn the light on, and then if you forget to turn the power off, you'll notice that the light's on. So I don't need the light right now, it's daylight, but I'm going to turn the light on, then I'm going to turn the power on. I have the A3 tug, which has the low and high settings. I'm going to put it on the low setting, the recommended setting. And so now I'm going to, if you push forward with your thumb on the right, it will go forward. Before I do that, I'm going to open the connectors there. And I've got it locked here, and I'm going to put it in pivot mode. So you can look at the Best Tugs video, and they'll tell you the difference between a locked mode and a pivot mode. So I've got it in pivot mode here. And then I'm going to go ahead and move it forward. And when you have it lined up pretty much like you want it, you can turn the power off, and then the wheels rotate freely with no power. And so I'm going to line it up to get that right connector in. And when I practiced with this, it was very easy. Oh, there we go. So it's very easy. So I got the right connector in. Then I lock the left one in, making sure it's lined up properly. May need to rotate a little bit here. And this was a lot easier yesterday, and today for some reason. So let's see how it's not lined up. I'm too far up. So again, you can rotate because the power's off. Rotate that left wheel just enough to get it to lock in. Then you lock it in place. Now I turn the power back on. Now the easy part's backing out. So to back out, you can push your thumb forward on the left or push it back on the right with your finger. You want to start out very slow. So here we go. Slowly moving back. And I'm going to move the airplane out of the hangar. Now I've not had any experience with this, so I'm going to start out just a little bit out and then back it back in. Then I'm going to work on turning it. And so we'll make a progression this will be a learning curve, learning how to use the tug. So I'm still connected. I'm going to back it out and as if I were going to go flying. So to come out, you push on the left. Do it very slowly. Start turning. Line it up. Well, that tail comes very close to the opening there. I never noticed that before. Got a little pill out there because I went too fast. Okay, so now I have it completely out. I have very little clearance over here, so I don't want to go that way at all. The nice thing about this tug is because I'm not struggling to push, I can line up the tail with the center of the back of the hangar. Up. And it has enough power to go over the hump without having to pull it back out and rush at it. There we go. So I pushed it in. That was actually my first attempt I got it in. So there was one YouTuber who was back and forth, and then they cut and they said over an hour later. So I think by watching those YouTube videos and seeing the mistakes people made it easier for me. So this is a lot easier and a lot safer. I have these 4x4 beams. I think that's a 2-ton door on this hangar. And that 2-ton door on the hangar, the cables could break. So you need those 4x4s as safeties. And unfortunately, they kind of tilt out to the side. I have been instructed that you can move them at a different angle, but this is the angle that gives you the best structural support for the 4x4s. So I just have to be very careful I don't hit a wing on one of them. So I'd have to say this Best Tugs has me very excited. If you look back at some of my older videos, the video where I took my grandson Archie flying for the first time, I was struggling to push the plane back, and my daughter helped me, and even with the both of us, going up this slight incline and over that bump was somewhat challenging. And we saw the Best Tug without any momentum or anything, just the power of the tug got over the bump. So thumbs up on Best Tugs on the Alpha 3 model.